Let's turn to the US, where Donald Trump's trade war continues. He hinted at making deals last week, but over the weekend, he was back to escalation. Trump has released what he calls a cheating list. It warns countries against non-tariff barriers. He's listed 8 such barriers, non-tariff barriers: currency manipulation, value-added taxes, dumping cheap goods, subsidies, protective agriculture standards, protective technical standards, and intellectual property theft, and finally, transshipping. These are all barriers to free trade. He's listed 8 of them. They may not be a direct levy like tariffs, but they have the same effect. They protect domestic industry from foreign imports, which is why Donald Trump is going after them. Remember his tariff chart? The first column hinted at something like this. It said tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers. So Trump is not just looking for lower tariffs. He wants countries to abandon other barriers as well, like subsidies and protective standards. Now, there are 2 problems with this. Number one, it could be a political no-go zone for most countries. Consider India and agriculture subsidies. No government in India will ever think about touching them, and rightly so. Almost half of all Indians work in agriculture, but in the US that number is less than 2%. So it is vital for India to protect this industry. That's one issue. Number 2, Trump is overplaying the problem. His allegations of dumping and IP theft may hold true for China, but not every country is guilty of it. Consider his claim of protective technical standards. He's basically talking about quality tests. Donald Trump says the tests are so hard that American goods always fail. And he gives the example of Japan, of Japan's bowling ball test. Listen to how he describes it.
It's non-monetary tariffs. It's tariffs where they put things on that make it impossible for you to sell a car. It's not a money thing. They make it so difficult, the standards and the tests. They drop a bowling ball on the top of your car from 20 feet up in the air, and if there's a little dent, they say, no, I'm sorry, your car doesn't qualify. When the same car from Germany or anything would dent likewise. Unless you can have an army tank, it's going to dent.
How about that? Trump says Japan is dropping bowling balls on cars, apparently to test their quality. In case you're wondering, this is not true. Such a test does not exist in Japan. If Trump is serious about these claims, it is a matter of worry. It could potentially derail or delay the talks. But chances are this is just another pressure tactic, a move to force countries to do Trump's bidding. And what's that? First is obviously to slash tariffs. The second is to reduce their trade with China. Let me show you a report. It says that Trump is mulling a sort of quid pro quo. You reduce your trade with China. In exchange, we offer you tariff relief or exemptions. Of course, China does not like that. Beijing has issued a warning to other countries. Do not cut deals at our expense. If you do, we will take countermeasures. And the tone has certainly changed. Last week, Xi Jinping was talking about an Asian family, about jointly standing up to Donald Trump. And now he's issuing threats. Now, I don't know about China, but here in India, we do not threaten our family. We respect and support them. Clearly, China has different ideas. Their foreign minister met his Indonesian counterpart today, the Indonesian foreign minister, and he urged him to oppose Trump's unilateral moves.
We must consistently uphold the principles of openness, inclusiveness, and mutual benefit, oppose all forms of unilateralism and protectionism, and maintain that indiscriminate tariff impositions severely harm normal international trade and economic exchanges.
So Trump is asking countries to ditch China. He's asking countries to not appease America. And stuck in the middle, their trade partners. All of them face an impossible choice between the largest producer in the world and the largest consumer. Question is, who will they choose? Let's consider the case of ASEAN. These are countries in Southeast Asia. In 2010, China made up just 10% of their total trade, 10% of ASEAN's trade. By 2023, that was up to 20%. And ASEAN knows this. Their leaders admit that there is a reliance on China, and they've also been trying to correct it. Now look at what happened last year. From January to March 2024, the US became ASEAN's top export destination. They basically beat China after years. And that's not all. Companies that left China have set up a base in ASEAN. So the diversification was already happening. It was very slow, yes, but this kind of pivots tend to take a lot of time. And then came Donald Trump. He is not satisfied with shifting production out of China. He wants to bring it home. And that approach could antagonize his partners. It could also threaten the diversification. Because he's not just targeting China, Trump is targeting his partners too. This is truly a tough choice for all those countries. Whatever they pick, they stand to lose.
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Bluntly, Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.